National Broadcast System directly from Hjalmar Johansen with Adrian Grana and Kim Anders Skog. Family Research. Okay, today's subject is family research. And why do we have that as a subject, my friend?
We have that subject today because I'm really interested in finding facts and information about my family down way far back. Yeah.
That is so cool, Adrian. And from my knowledge, you have been working pretty good on the family research for a good while now.
Yeah, it started. Or basically, I've been a family interesting kind of guy through all the time. But what really made my knowledge to the family members go up even more was happened on May 17th, actually.
Okay, what happened on May 17th?
Yeah, that was when I found out that. I was the fifth.
Yeah, you were related in the fifth.
I was related in the fifth generation to my friend down at this relief apartment place. Yeah.
Yeah, that is really interesting. That good friend of yours, as you were going through things, you found out that you were related in the fifth generation to your friend there.
Yeah, because I found out it was his, because I met his father on the May 17th, and he told me about that.
And after you got that knowledge, you started to do your own research, didn't you?
Yeah.
And that is a thing that is, it's much thing that is pretty fabulous about Drangedal.
Yeah.
But one thing that is pretty magic up in Drangedal is that we got these really cool books with all the families.
Yeah. And I got, because there's a series of 5 different books. And it's a series of books that tells you everything about the family down in Drangedal.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
And as I know you, Adrian, you come from a really strong Drangedal family on both sides. Because as the years has gone by, and I have learned you and your family to know, you are so connected to so many people in the valley of Drangedal. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when you were working at Drangedal, the school down in Drangedal. There were 2 employees there that I was related to, because there was my grandmother and it was my aunt.
Yeah, it was your grandmother and your aunt, and you had so many cousins, and you were related to so many people there.
Yeah.
And as you have been digging into your own family history, you got more and more knowledge. And I also remember when we had this one ending trip, when I had found out where your grandfather came from, and we were out on a mission. Because I live in Turdal, and to my knowledge, I had gathered information about where he was raised.
Yeah.
And we took a trip there with your car.
Yeah.
And that was a really rough place, man.
Yeah.
All of a sudden we could understand why he was so rough as he was.
Yeah, because my grandfather had been working in the forest for over 60 years.
Yeah, and when he was growing up at just underneath Liheia there, up in
Krebsland.
towards the roads to Krebs water.
Yeah.
it was and there we saw the remains of the cabin he lived in when he was a boy.
Yeah.
And that was a really hardcore place, yeah. With the waterfalls, the mountains, and no other houses, totally in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And I also know, Adrian, that you are going on a family reunion.
Down at the Overtwite in Turdar now in June.
Yeah. And that is also a really magic place. I remember first time I have been going up that Høydalen
Yeah.
several times because it's this special minerals you can find up there, the green Amazonite,
Yeah.
and the view out over Bø from Øvertveit.
Yeah.
That is magic, man.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to be so nice that you and the rest of your family is going to have a gathering there.
Yeah.
And close, like I got some information here, close to Øvretveit, you have this old farm named Kjønbrek.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think that was the first bank of Turdal, yeah?
Yeah.
And you know what? From Øvertveit, there is a passage. If you go up to the top of Høydalen, then you can take this old road called the Old Church Road.
Yeah.
And that goes down to me in Turdal, up at my place, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to take that this summer, Adrian.
Yeah. And so I had this, in preparation for the family reunion down in June. I was visiting my grandmother this weekend because she had a visit from her by her sister from Hønefoss this weekend, and she told me that it could be really nice of me if I had made my own family blackboard.
And I think that is a good task. So we can help you with giving you a piece of paper with a family tree, and you can use those cool books you have to fill them out on your father's side, on your mother's side. Because in those books you can have it. You have all the information, and you got your grandmothers to help you if they're, because they sit on a lot of knowledge, you know.
Yeah, and we have when it comes to Overtwite in Turdar, I have a plan for, or have talked with my grandmother about that, and we're having a plan that we're gonna go on an exploration trip together with the father of my friend from the Leaf apartment place, and we're gonna go to Overtwite now in May.
That is so cool. So you're gonna have a pre-visit, yeah?
Yeah.
That is cool, Adrian.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be so interesting for you to walk there with people with so much knowledge and history, and they have also been living through the history.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a really interesting trip you're going on there, Adrian.
Yeah.
No, I really like the history up in Turdal and in Drangedal in general, but it's Turdal that is appealing most to me.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important to know our history, because that can make us understand where we come from and who we are, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really nice interest you've got there, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see that family tree of yours, and it's going to be interesting. And I'm a bit curious how long back you managed to go, yeah?
Yeah.
Because these books you have, to which year does these family books, these books from Drangedal go? Do you remember that, Adrian?
I think the first books goes all the way back to the 1700s, actually.
Okay, that is impressive.
Yeah, and I only have the three last books because the first two books are not really interesting, because in the first two books it stands a whole bunch of names that I don't have knowledge to, you know?
Nah, but maybe it can be more interesting when the tree is growing
Yeah.
and you come further down. Then you can see, then you can fill it out because then it comes more and more humans, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe when you do your research, you will find it even more interesting, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of you. You're starting to be a grown-up man and starting to get some grown-up interests, and
Yeah.
that is cool, man.
Mhm.
I wish you all the best for your work on your research, Adrian.
Yeah.
And we are really looking forward to hear how this family reunion has gone this summer.
Mhm.
And I wish you all the best as always, my friend.
Yeah.
Over.
And out!